XRP family, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Today is a very exciting day, for XRP. Yes, you're looking at the market, tumbling towards the downside. Not the best day, of course, but again, it is what it is. If you're looking at the market in-depth analysis that I've been obviously, uploading on the channel, you guys know what we've been talking about and how we've been talking about the fact that, Bitcoin could get closer to, retesting below $100,000. And that's exactly what ended up happening today. As you can see for yourself, the broader market did see a retracement due to that fact. But XRP down about 1.6% right now. Over the last 1 hour, Bitcoin has been able to reclaim back above $100,000. So as of now, even though we've seen multiple retests below $100,000 for Bitcoin, in terms of daily candle close, it has not been able to close below 100,000 just yet. So that is something we want to kind of keep in mind. But let's take a look at XRP. $2.34 down 1.8% on the USD side of things, down 0.7% on the Bitcoin side of things. Market cap at 140.4 billion, and this 24-hour trading volume at $7.1 billion. As always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. Canary Capital is literally leading the wave when it comes to ETFs. The long awaited moment, for the XRP army, especially the people, that are on the traditional side of things and, retail that doesn't really have exposure into crypto or, don't really feel confident to do self custody. Now, that ETF is officially live and it has broken the records for ETF inflows. We were talking about how Solana ETF, did quite some interesting numbers at the beginning, but, obviously the Solana community and the XRP community were kind of going back and forth about, which ETF is going to have bigger inflows. XRPC, the Canary XRP ETF, has broken the records. You can see for yourself, today was the day, historical moment to be quite frank with you, and it was imminent. We've been talking about the ETF, launching quite significantly over the last few updates, and obviously the government shutdown coming to an end. Canary ETF, the first spot ETF in the US to go live. Historical moment for the XRP army, because we need to understand Ripple has gone through so many hurdles, and it has officially become a reality where you have seen an ETF go live. And I think this is just the start, but look at it for yourself. Look at the numbers speak for themselves. Canary XRP ETF post highest day one trading volume out of 900 plus ETF launches this year. Also, nearly $250 million in inflows. I ask once again, who would have seen this coming? Again, I'm not surprised, as far as my personal opinion is concerned. I'm not surprised that XRP is pulling this type of number, on the ETF side of things, even though the overall market conditions are not the best. This tells you how much capital was ready, to go into XRP, when that ETF were to go live, and we are seeing that $250 million in inflows. Solana ETF got around 59 million, if I'm not mistaken, on day one. Insane stuff here. And, it's a big win for the XRP community. So give yourself a pat on the back. You can see for yourself, we talk about institutional money coming into the space, and this is a perfect example of that. Take a look at this. I think you need to sit down and think about this real harsh, says Chad. This is pretty normal average net inflows for an hour of XRP. Canary XRPC just did 245 million day one. There's a dozen more coming, bigger than Canary Capital. Very interesting news here. Yes, the market conditions are not the best. What people are probably going to just completely ignore is the fact that the market is going down. Why is the price of XRP going down? Well, you need to understand what the market is doing. Look at it for yourself. We're seeing dominance all over the place. I was talking to you guys about how we've been consolidating within this range for the dominance. We broke out up to 60.29%. Look at the fake out. We were sitting at 59.6%, saw a major uptick, but again, this major uptick shouldn't come as a major surprise to any one of you. Maybe it is to sell the news event, because people expected that, due to the government shutdown coming to an end. Maybe you are going to see the price of Bitcoin going up, and we saw the complete opposite. But Bitcoin did indeed go up to the announcement that it is almost coming to an end. And you can see for yourself, Bitcoin went up to none other than $104,117. You can see for yourself, and we did see this major retracement. And again, it was a significant pullback, about a 6% pullback for Bitcoin, and we retested $97,900 for Bitcoin, again, for the first time since since June. So again, more lower levels being retested, and right now we are sitting at 99,692. So are we about to see Bitcoin for the first time since June close the daily candle below 100K? If it's able to do that, I think more downside to be expected for BTC. So again, at this point, you guys should know my overall targets for Bitcoin, but that's something I want you guys to keep in mind. But let's take a look at what's happening with XRP. XRP was obviously in the 38.2 just a few hours ago, $2.58 a few days back. Let's actually take a look at it on a closer time frame. Just today alone, $2.51. But again, market tumbled down towards the downside, and we did see about a 10% pullback. This goes unsaid. It's Bitcoin. It is a leading indicator. This is why we talk about it. Regardless of the ETF going live or not, you are going to see that impact, that we're seeing with the Bitcoin move. And you can see for yourself, Bitcoin did go down to, XRP price did go down to $2.27, but it's picking up. And right now, we're facing some resistance. But I think, XRP might perform better than Bitcoin, as long as obviously Bitcoin doesn't just see like a complete, flush. I do expect XRP to, start heading back up to some of these key levels. It has that initial reaction to the Bitcoin move, but we want to get back into the 38.2 and consolidate within this range. But a lot of people have already forgotten that if you zoom out and take a look at it, XRP is still up significantly compared to where we were just last year alone. So I like what we're seeing here. Obviously, people that truly understand how much XRP has gone up and understand the market conditions know what's really going on. The price still holding within the 38.2 fib zone, one of the best holding coins right now, in my opinion, over the last 12 months. Pretty much close to these 23.6 fib zone, but we need to understand the market conditions. But with that said, we also want to kind of keep in mind Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, if it were to actually indeed close below $100,000 today, I personally believe we do see more downside for Bitcoin. Again, that's pretty much what I've been talking about on the market analysis updates that I've given you guys. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Regardless of Bitcoin price being down or not, it is a historical day for Ripple and XRP. I'll keep you guys covered. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX and peace.